Right, Saturday morning, it's 11:02. I was trading until 4 a.m. I've had a sleep, and as usual on a Saturday, well, not as usual, but I need to get out. I haven't really left the house this week. It's been, markets have been, well, at the beginning of the week they were crashing, and then had an up day yesterday, which was good because if you just have one-way direction, it's difficult to make money. Traders rely on up and down movements to make money. One direction is hard no matter which way you're positioned. So anyway, we are headed to Berembun, Gunung Berembun. It's quite a, is actually from a comment from an early trail I did a video on. It's very interesting because this one, there's a World War II crash site. I don't think I'll make it as far as the World War II crash site today, but so the peak takes you, you go to the peak is like stage 1, and then I think it's an 8-hour hike to the crash site. I'm not exactly sure, but my aim today is to do the peak, and then on another day when I'm up, when I haven't been up all night, to try and make it to the crash site. So World War II crash site, what am I chatting about? Well, 1940, I think 7, a supply flight, Royal Air Force, so British Royal Air Force, was taking supplies to some troops and didn't make it across the jungle. So this plane just went missing, and not until 1991 was the fuselage and like the plane found. So I mean I just can't imagine the feeling that the families had. I guess they knew the plane had gone missing somewhere in Malaysia. I assume. I haven't read too much into it, but anyway, this plane went missing, never found, and then 1991 they find this plane, figure that it's this particular World War II plane. I guess in World War II loads of planes just went missing and were never recovered, I'm guessing. Anyway, this plane was found. They even then found the bodies, they found all the equipment, identified them all. I think they even had burials. They had burials of the bodies, not, you know, I'm guessing bones by this point. Their personal effects were shipped back, I think, to family, and there's a whole like thing. And then they've left the crash site kind of as is by the look of it from the online chat. And yeah, you can walk out to it, and there's a little plaque of with the names. So anyway, I'd love to get out and see this World War II crash site in the jungle and kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of get a feel for it. These would have been, well, these are young men. I think like 20, 21, 20, I think there might have been a 16-year-old. I mean, having a boy, well, having kids, girls included, you know, imagine now them being, they're a bit young at the moment, but being sent off to war and then, you know, dying for, I think back then it was a cause. I'm not sure now any war has a due cause. Anyway, I don't want to get all moral or ethical or philosophical. The point is, there's a crash site, some young lads, I think it was 6 young lads, lost their lives. I don't know if I don't think there's any suggestion that they lived at the crash site for any period of time. I think it was like dead on impact, but I'm unsure of that. So anyway, it's quite an interesting story, isn't it? They said it looked like the plane like hit the top of the trees and came down, so I don't know, maybe a mechanical or something. Obviously I don't think it had been shot down, at least I don't think so. Anyway, so lots of interesting things to look at if you can get all the way to that crash site. So anyway, I'll do the first part today, to the peak of Berembun, and kind of take in what there is to see at, you know, the initial bit. Maybe there's some chat about the crash site. All right, let's get there. It's got 35 minutes from, it was 50 minutes from Nilai, and I got 35 minutes left. So yeah, under an hour, which is always nice. It's meant to be a hard trail, 800 meters of climbing. So we're gonna hammer it up and then hammer it down, kind of because my youngest has a party and she won't be back for like 5 hours. What's time now? 11. I think she's gonna be back around 3. So I won't be around 3, but I don't want to be too late. So that's it. Catch you in a bit. So we've been on a great road, 3 lanes, and pretty empty. It's weird. In Malaysia, there's a main road. I think it's the E2, but sometimes it's written down as the AH2. There's always really busy. But any other road, actually, apart from in and around KL, even sometimes in KL, most roads are like pretty empty and like in good condition. Like the road I'm on right now, it's in great condition. There's no other cars. It's great. So I'm 7 minutes away. I can tell that we are getting close to the start. So I just wanted to show you like the road condition, and just the journey out has not been on that E2 road, so it's been pretty good to get here. No traffic. I'm a bit better prepared today. I've got food, I've got drinks, I've got long trousers, not shorts. I've got my litter pick stick and bin bags. Really windy road now. So I feel like I'm becoming more of a hiker as I get more experienced. Okay, I think I'm in the right spot. I'm at Gunung Berembun, and there's no kind of parking, but I've just stuck my car on the side of the road. So let's see if we can get in. 11:44, so hopefully there's not a cut-off. Alright, so you go to this shed, so I can show you now. Park up in the road, sign in, name, emergency contact, and then for me it's 20 ringgit, for a local it's 5, so tourist tax. One day I might have my Malaysian card maybe, and then I'm not sure if I get 20 or 5. Anyway, it's okay. Alright, then off you go. And this is it's already beautiful. I'm already smiling. Looks like there's a few here, but the parking would suggest that it's not super busy. Alright, so I've got a litter stick and some liquids. So I put a little sunscreen on, but not too much, just on my nose, because I figured in the jungle, in the canopy, there's no need for the sunscreen. But I have gone with the longer trousers. Just sometimes when you read the reports, there's leeches, so I just thought I'd try and be a bit more savvy. Alright, let's see what we can find. Straight off with a ladder. I feel like I think why I like these so much is because I'm not exploring at all, but you feel like an explorer. I mean, can you imagine a time when you get on a boat and you go and find a place where there is no one? Wouldn't that be cool? You know, to discover some place, set up camp, set up facilities, like get through a jungle. It must be your inner like explorer that enjoy stuff like this. I'm just noticing this track compared to Anxi, much narrower and much closer jungle, so different experience already. But and I'm already out of breath. every day I've been to the gym. I've been to the gym to do a walk, and then I've also done a bike race every night. I feel it's so important to get exercise, but it does mean that I am weirdly a little tired. And then I don't think my sleeping arrangement does me that good. I go to bed at 4 in the morning. It's 4 now, it was 5, but the Americas moved 1 hour back. And then I get up like 10, 11, and it's often a bit of a disturbed sleep because the kids are getting up. But I don't know, maybe I'm not getting enough rest, but I can feel my legs are a little tired. But anyway, let's crack on. And this is already a real jungle experience. Don't know how much of this you can see. And obviously I don't want to get lost. So if there's a trail break point, I need to make sure I remember which way. I'm always amazed when you get these big logs that have fallen down. Just shows you like how big the trees are, and just the weight of them, just absolutely monstrous. You know, I probably weigh the same as a 2-inch tree, and these trees they're just so vast. Oh, I did put on repellent. I don't know whether it will do anything, because once you've sweated it out off, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into this jungle walk. It always makes me wonder who made these trails, who carved these in the first place. There was a section just here. I couldn't really tell for a minute where the trail went, but I've guessed by following the marks of the feet that this is the way, but that was not that easy for a minute there. I feel like I'm on the right track now. But yeah, that was I wasn't dead sure where to go. Yeah, we're definitely on the track now. I think this is one of these jungles where you need to keep moving, because there's lots of bugs hitting me in the face. Now, I'm just thinking about those World War II guys. If you land in here and you don't have a path like this, like it's vertical, where are you going to go? And if you follow the contours, you might just go around in circles. So definitely feeling for those guys when they crashed, if they were still alive. This is a much more authentic hike already. Great, narrow, so many logs to climb over. All I can hear is nature going on. Yeah, I mean, if they didn't use this trail, I don't think it would take more than, I don't know, a couple of weeks for it to disappear. The jungle's already quite close. Wow, quite a nice view just here, this section. I don't know why I enjoy this so much. I think it's the explorer thing. I'm not sure. I mean, look at the challenge, what we've got here. Maybe I shouldn't have this stick in my hand, but I'm trying to get a good recording for you. I think it's 4 hours out and back. So I'm expecting a 2-hour one way. But maybe it's 4 hours out. Actually, I don't think they would have let me in had it been that long. It's just a beautiful section here. It's kind of broadened out. There's a bit of space, and then there's a rock like waterfall here traveling down, and then just a beautiful rooted landscape here. I kind of don't have the best shoes. I'm in trainers, and I think I really need to get some hiking boots, because I can feel well, one, trainers aren't really waterproof, and they're not very sturdy around the toe because they're just used to your feet in a forward motion. So these are running shoes. So I either need like squash or tennis shoes, or maybe some actual hiking boots, because it looks like you go through some water. At least it's tempting you to go through the water. So I don't know whether at some point I should invest in some hiking boots. I feel like because I look at screens all day, my eyes for 8 hours, sometimes longer, because I have stuff to do during the day like admin, that my eyes can't see past about 3 feet. So when I come out here, I feel like my eyes are readjusting to normal, as in, you know, nature, that they I feel quite blind. But yeah, see if they can get used to seeing. Sounds weird, but it feels that way. It's a good trail so far. It definitely feels, I'm gonna call it more authentic. So you look at this slide away. We're just on the edge here. I don't want that to give way. I'm just noticing on the trail, I didn't need my litter pick here. It's all, there's no rubbish here. It must maybe just on the more commercial trails. You get some people throw their rubbish. Nothing on this one. So, which is nice. Just definitely monkeys above me. You get, well, immediately you get used to monkeys in Malaysia. If you're Malaysian, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about, but for anyone not Malaysian, monkeys on the golf course, monkeys crossing the road, real monkeys above me in the jungle. Yeah, now that, like, when you are hiking through it, you realize how hard monkeys are, you know. So, Laluan trekking. So at least I'm on a signposted part of the trail. I always wonder about snakes. I've seen one comment about snakes on another trail, but I kind of think if you're lucky enough to see one, yeah, it's more like that. It's not like, you know, a trail's just going to be, because they, especially the way I walk, I'd kind of deliberately walk quite heavy so that I don't surprise anything. And then I'm guessing my chances of seeing any snakes are small because I try and make such a racket. The main reason is, like, I don't know what's in these jungles, but in some places, you're like, when I was in Zimbabwe, you don't want to surprise anything. Or in like Australia, I came face to face with a cassowara bird in a jungle just like this. I was walking like this. I was on maybe a 2-hour hike through the jungle, and just literally this huge cassowara bird, same head height as me, stepped out right in front of me, and just, I stopped, he stopped, and we just looked at each other, his big eye just looking at me. And then I guess he figured I wasn't a danger, because they're known to disembowel things with they have a big hook on the back of their leg, and they just come in and disembowel you. They also have a horn on their head. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up on Google, Kasawara bird. And anyway, he moved on, but yeah, that was a moment to well, I cherish it now, that moment we shared, but at the time I wasn't sure if it was going to kill me. Anyway, so point is, I just don't want to, you know, I make a racket so that I don't surprise anyone or anything. Oh, I can hear a waterfall. Yeah, big river, flowing water. Sounds amazing. Coming down just to the right of me. Okay, another river crossing. It looks like we go straight over. There's a little rope there, I don't know what that's for. And someone's had a little bonfire. So let's see. Rocks are always slippery when they're wet. I'm sure you know that. But I don't know, like my kids wouldn't know it. Wow, this is quite a leg up. Whoa! Wow-wee. I have no idea what that is, but it is huge. Whoa. I don't like the look of him. Same sign, so I must be on the right track. I'm wondering, I don't want to think about getting lost, but let's say your plane goes down in here like theirs did. Let's say you survive. What do? Is there anything to eat? There must be something to eat because the monkeys live here. You've got water. So, do you make a camp? Where do you make the camp? Do you try and get off the ground, up into the trees like the monkeys? Or do you make it on the ground? I'm guessing I'd want to be up. So I'd try and make a camp off the ground. Maybe using the slope, you can get like a levered bed out. And then how would you navigate out? Maybe you just find the river and follow the river out. Yeah, I think I'll do that, because then at least you know you'd have water. You'd travel down with the river, and the hope is that all rivers eventually make it to the sea, right? And at least you could build maybe a raft if it widened out. So yeah, maybe that's the play. Find a river and follow it. And food, I really don't know what you'd do. Maybe there's some fruit trees. Maybe some jackfruit trees. Yeah, let me know what you'd do. I'm 40 minutes in. I haven't seen any other hikers yet. I just seen one guy who was cutting some leaves, but no other hikers. So that's interesting. Like, I thought this one would be popular. I thought it'd be really busy, but it's not at all. Well, got to some kind of clearing. Here's that river. I mean, I know they try and age jungles, but I mean, this just feels pristine. It feels like nothing has ever been here apart from jungle. I mean, it must be the case, right? What could have been here before. This is incredible. You just like, I think people come here, maybe have a bathe here. I don't see any reason why you just wouldn't stay with your family, bring them to this part, have a swim, go back, job done. It's about 40 minutes to here. So if you don't want to make a meal of it, that would be a good beginner hike and a lovely refreshing dip at the end of it. But I'm going to press on. Well, I don't know why my legs are so tired. I've done some quite hardcore racing this week, but yeah, they're really feeling it. It's the sound you make in the jungle, it just disappears. Like, you can be, I'm just thinking of like the Vietnamese war, when people you could just, the jungle just sucks in the noise. So even though you're walking and making quite a racket, the sound just doesn't go anywhere. It's quite amazing. All right, we found like a clearance. I nearly stacked it down there, and now it's like I kind of want to crack on, but at the same time I want to have a look. It looks fun, huh? Just you know, following this would be easier said than done. Yeah, easier said than done. You'd have to like go down the side of it. All right, let's crack on. Okay, it's noticeably less path now. As in, the path is now 0. I'm gonna just walk a bit, but I can kind of see where I'm going because there's marks and stuff, but definitely not as well trodden as that first section. I mean, I think this is the way, but it's definitely not now a easy path. I've got to there's a shed here with tape around. So I think I'm still on the right path, but it's definitely not straightforward. There's a red sign here, and then it's all taped. So I'm just going to skip past it. But it's definitely for this go in the waterfall. Yeah, it's really not, you know, tell me where the path is, because it's not that clear now. It's obvious this way. Well, it's not obvious, but I feel like I can carry on. Okay, now I'm less sure. So I'm looking at that. It kind of goes to here. I don't know. I might have bitten off more jungle than I can chew. Try and look out for the feet marks. so it looks like people have stepped here. And then I'm guessing over this one. Okay, I can see it now. Yeah, it seems it's a tough spot when you do a river crossing, because you're just pinpointing the top of rocks. Big Rock Base Camp, GB, private property. I don't think it's private property. Well, it might be private property. All right, at some point, this is gonna be too much for my jungle skills, which are 0. Unless the path becomes a bit more certain. I mean, I'm the only one to here anyway. Maybe there's guided tours or something. Because right now, I mean, it's kind of obvious where the path is, but it's also not obvious at all. Oh, found the base camp. Let's hope I'm not actually trespassing. So I can't see anyone, but there's some kind of encampment. I think the butane gas bottles. Okay, from this camp, I don't know how they got the stuff here, and I kind of don't know where to go. Kind of looks like you could go up here. No, there's no way past that. Don't know how they brought this stuff up here. There's so much stuff. All right, I'm struggling with direction now. Not behind me. It's not that way. Let's do this. I mean, it looks like they've even got water here. All right, 12:41. That's an hour to here. I kind of don't know where to go. So I'm gonna make my way back, I think. That's pretty good, an hour to here. So that'll be a 2-hour hike. That's where I guess the campers come down. All right, let's just find our way back. I've got no idea where the path goes, and there's nobody else. If you've been here and you know where you go, definitely not obvious. Now I do need to find my way back to that sort of main trail so I can find my way back, because this is just leaf litter. Hopefully I'll be able to find my way. What's with the camper? Maybe once you've been here a few times, you know where the next spot is. But I couldn't see an exit from that camp. Maybe if I kind of assumed there'd be a pathway, like an obvious pathway, because this is quite a famous trail, I think. At least that's what I believe. But I mean, even following this back, it looks so different one way to back. You know, you can't there's no tower or man-made thing. So I've got the river on my left. Oh, here's that sign. Okay. So at least I made it to that. And now just very careful. That I get the crossings right. Wow, this is quite an experience. Okay, I feel like I now need to achieve one bit at a time. Okay, somewhere there's the other side to this. Looks like it's there. Wow, whoever recommended I do this is way more of a jungle man than me. I need a nice wide hiking trail where I just stomp away. Okay, yep, now we're back to the other. Now we're back to the other shed. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess we knock off one thing at a time. We'll be doing about right. It's such an inviting pool there. It's reminding me of the movie Bridge over the River Kwai. Alright, so task for when I get home is, where do you go once you get to that camp? Where was the trail? I clearly missed it, but even this trail is not obvious. I mean, look, you can see you have to go around here, but it's almost not there. Now I'm wondering, the other cars, where have they gone? Where have the people gone? Maybe they know the trail. I guess once you've done it, it's easy after that. Finding that spot. Finding that spot I could do again. So if I now knew where to go, I could also find my way. But I'm also just aware that I don't want to get lost. And the trail, okay, so I just found 3 hikers, and they said out the camp there is a clear trail. I wasn't able to see it, but yeah, they said there is a trail. So okay, I think next time we try. They also said it's still a long way. So I just had my first leech. He was on my arm, and I could feel something biting, but I couldn't work out what it was. I couldn't see it, and then pulled my t-shirt up, and there he was. So I kind of I pulled at him and pinged at him, and well, eventually he came off, but not without a fight. I think that's my first ever leech. So I think once I get back to the car, I'm gonna take off these clothes and just make sure I've got no more. But I guess the best bit is you can feel them. So there's no doubt when you've got one on you. I think I saw a nature program about leeches. They drop. They sense warm mammals underneath, and they drop and they try and land on you. That's their objective. So I don't know how you dodge them. Maybe a nice hat, maybe no exposed flesh. Weirdly, I think that guy we just met, I think he was in the shorts. Or maybe it's better to be able to see them when they're on you. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe if you're a keen hiker, what's your leech protection method? I'm going with trousers. But maybe there's better ways. If you don't venture into jungles, just look at this. You've got this great big tree with these big like trusses, and then these great big vines just climbing all over. It's quite incredible. I'm just now pondering, I guess if you don't want to touch the leaves, because I think the leeches are on the leaves. You don't want to walk slowly because they drop. I'm assuming they're professionals at dropping. So you probably want to be like on stealth mode as you walk through. Maybe make a clatter with your feet, but you don't want to. You know, leeches aren't that pleasant. They're not. I mean, it's no big deal, but just the less, the better. All right, you're a butterfly fan. There are loads in this jungle. So it's Berembun jungle, or Gunung Berembun Trail. There's lots and lots of butterflies. Don't know if you can help me with this one. Two local guys are collecting like leaves. Maybe they're nasi lemak leaves, like maybe like a foot long, like just smooth and like complete. If you know why they're collecting them, like a whole, they're then like wrapping them in circles, and it looks like, well, I don't know, 20 or 30 of them at a time. If you know what that's for, I'd be kind of interested. My first guess is like that's the nasi lemak leaf. So, I don't know. Alright, made it back to the car park. Yeah, I just didn't know where to go from that campsite. Maybe I should have persevered a bit more. But that was advanced jungle, I feel. Probably too much for me at this stage, but that was good. Alright, that's it for Gunung Berembun. You have to sign out and then yeah, you're done. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted I didn't find the exit from that campsite, but at the time I just had no idea where to go. Yeah, so that's a couple of hours to that campsite and back if you're looking for timings. Challenging for sure. A couple of ropes, couple of steep bits. One leech I've found, haven't found any more yet. I guess you can feel them when they're biting you. I think that's it.